Should you take Branch Chain Amino Acids, or BCAAs? Do they help build more muscle? Do they help you lose more weight? In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about BCAAs. And if you haven't already subscribed, click the button below, subscribe, because on this channel, I'm going to show you how to build a 7-figure body without starvation, without steroids, and without cutting out carbs. All right, everybody, what's up? This is Coach Amir from 7figurebody.com. In this video, we're going to talk about BCAAs. One of the most common questions I get from clients is, should they be taking Branch Chain Amino Acids independent of their food intake, protein supplements? What's going on? So remember, out of the 3 macronutrients, protein is made out of amino acids. There's about 20 of them. Some 9 of those are what we call essential amino acids, which simply means those we cannot produce on our own. So we have to take them from the external world. So this can come from food, it can come from supplements. And 3 out of these essential ones are called branch chain amino acids, and one of them is called leucine. And this leucine is actually very, very important because it triggers the mTOR, which in short just means the anabolic signaling that actually has a lot to do and is a major factor in building muscle. So because of that, millions and millions of dollars, probably hundreds of millions of dollars are spent every year by manufacturers of these supplements promoting that BCAAs are the holy grail. Just take more BCAAs and you're going to build more muscle. Well, as usual, that is mostly BS. So why is that the case? Because if you should take BCAAs or not depends on one main thing, and that is, are you already eating or consuming enough protein as is? If you are, whether you get that protein from whole foods or supplements, doesn't matter. If you are getting enough protein already, adding BCAAs on top of that absolutely does nothing for you other than just waste the money that you paid for it. And given that BCAAs tend to be expensive and a lot of times taste like shit, I really highly suggest that you do not get them. You don't really need them. So that's really what it comes down to. On the other hand, if you have insufficient protein intake, let's say from whole foods, a lot of times, especially for bigger guys, it's really hard to get all of the protein that you need just from whole foods. So I'm 220, I weigh 220 pounds. I eat about, let's say 200 grams of protein roughly per day. It's really hard sometimes to get 200 grams of protein from whole foods because I would need to have 8 ounces of like chicken or meat or fish 4 times a day. Because 8 ounces is roughly 50 grams of protein. So I need to have 4 times a day this big, portion of it to get 200 grams of protein. So it's really hard sometimes and just maybe not convenient. So because of that, nothing wrong with adding protein supplements, right? Whether it be in any form you want. So if you're already having that and you're having enough protein, there's nothing that you will gain from adding more BCAAs. On the other hand, if you are not getting enough protein, let's say from whole foods, whether you take a regular whey supplement or BCAAs, that's now the question. Even in that case, it's better to just take a regular whey protein simply because all the other amino acids that you get in whey are better and promote more muscle growth than BCAAs alone do, okay? Because just like, studies have shown that whole foods actually build more muscle than a protein supplement, even if the protein amounts are matched. Okay, so whole foods is always better simply because it has other nutrients, not just the actual amino acids. And all of that combined helps to build more muscle. Body just likes that wholesome approach. It always does. That's why no supplement can ever replace the food. That's why supplements are called, supplemental to the actual food. You should never replace whole foods with supplements. So in short, should you take BCAAs? Probably not. In most cases, you shouldn't. You should get most of your protein from whole foods, then add regular protein supplements, whey, casein, whatever else. And then if all else fails, then BCAAs. One other last thing, that probably one of the dumber things of all the dumb things that have come from fasting zealots community is that when they are fasting, you just take BCAAs and then you're not breaking your fast. This is the dumbest thing ever, given that BCAAs are actually amino acids. They have calories. So if you're having BCAAs, you are actually having calories. You're not fasting anymore. And then the question is, of course, another one of many that breaks the whole, fasting zealotry is, well, if you feel like you need BCAAs, why shouldn't you just have a regular meal, right? Because you are breaking the fast because it does have calories. Why just not have a regular meal? But that's, we're going to leave that for another day. So just remember that if you are having BCAAs, you absolutely are breaking the fast because it does have calories. And on the other hand, should you, even in that case, just take a regular whey supplement, then BCAAs, is it better? Yes, it is better. So pretty much that's the summary of BCAAs. Should you take them? More likely than, most likely and more often than not, you should not take them. You should just have whole foods. If not that, you just have regular whey supplement or any other protein supplement. It's probably going to do better. So if you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe if you already have not, because in this video, as I said, I'm going to show you how to build that strong, ripped, 7-figure body without starvation, without steroids, absolutely, and without cutting out carbs. So that's it for this video. Hope you like it. See you guys next time.